Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NUGT. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this may look like a few weeks worth of time right here, it's actually just the past few days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Not to state the obvious or rub salt in anyone's wounds, but I mean the bears have just been in full control. There was the gap up here, and then that was pretty much all she wrote. It's just been a lot of heavy downwards pressure. So I want to map out a couple levels of resistance in the event of any sort of bounce, and then map out some potential levels of support. So we'll first start off with levels of resistance. So again, if the price can start to bottom out and offer some sort of upwards bounce, first key level of resistance to keep an eye on right there at $9.45. You can see there's a little miniature bounce right here, but the party ran out of steam pretty quickly there at $9.45. So that'll be the initial level of resistance. If the price can push through that, then keep an eye on the purple line. I realize that seems kind of far away, but that's the 50-period simple moving average. Keyword there being moving. So as time goes by on Monday, this level is going to continue to move its way downwards and get more and more relevant. So, but before you even talk about or worry about the 50-period, first key level there at $9.45. Now for supports, and for supports, this is very tricky because if you scrunch up the chart, the price is essentially at all-time lows. So in order to do that, we're going to use a tool called the Fibonacci extensions. And before anything else, don't go and say, hey, I saw some guy, and this is some sort of guarantee where the next bottom is going to be. This is just, I like to use the analogy like a flashlight in the woods. It's just to try to help you see where some potential areas are. But if you're not careful, if you don't treat it with respect, I mean, you could still fall off a cliff. So, these are just projections, and it's just based on how the price has moved in the past and then projecting that forward. So in the event the initial level of support, which is right there at 807, 805, and that just simply comes from the fact that, this is where the bleeding finally stopped today. But if 805 cannot hold, then according to the projections, and again, how the price has moved in the past, next potential area of support at 742. And then, I mean, usually I'd say that one doesn't really have much of a chance down at 593, but just that the amount of downwards momentum right now, I'm not saying that's going to happen on Monday, but I can't sit here and say that I wouldn't be shocked either. So again, 805 initial area of support, then 742 and 593. So we'll see what happens with it, but a lot of eyeballs on these ETFs, so it'll be pretty interesting trading on Monday. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means click right here to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.